But cohort, we are here, and we are here in a Tuesday. Going to be getting situated with a little bit of DCS. Flying around off Afghanistan today. Just a second, we'll get everything all situated there for you. You can see what all's going on. Alright, let's get things flipped over. We're flying around on the randomizer today in Afghanistan. Just waiting on the alignment to that going. So I'm just waiting on Jester here at the moment.
You can go primary sync now. Alignment's done. Ready to taxi.
Okay, so we are ready to taxi. Just go ahead and make sure that we are doing everything well here. Get situated here in Discord as well, because we should have Trigger along for the ride in a little bit.
Roger.
Get the chocks off the jet.
Canopy down and locked. Lights out and stripes are aligned.
As far as our loadout here for today, we got a couple Shrikes on board, some M117s, a couple of GBU-10s, defensive Sparrows and Sidewinders, and of course a Pave Spock pod, since we've been really working with that lately.
All right, buddy, let's go flying.
Okay, we're taxiing out to Kabul. We do have some new taskings.
Hey, we planning to hit the deck on this flight? Okay.
Taxi out to the main taxiway there. Make our way over. We'll see if there's other errands we might be sent on. Very definitely going to have to refuel before we go out anywhere. I believe our active is out here to the right. I do like the desert landscape out here. Certainly looks more realistic as a desert than some of the older maps like the MTTR that we fly a lot on the weekends. I'm gonna let that taxi roll here for just a minute. I'm gonna check on something real quick away from the desk, and I'll be right back. Okay, back at the desk. I'm gonna situated here in the chair. I'm gonna flip things over again so we can get the head tracking turned on. Okay. So we got a little ways to go on our taxi. No, there we go. Moonbeam transmitting on 1688. Let's see where about that target is. That sounds a little more fun than the outpost we're looking at. It's a little bit further of a hike, but we'll set up for it.
Copy. Steering set for diversion.
218 miles. Okay, trigger should be along shortly. Which means we should have him on here short or soon. He'll be doing backseat work for us. Be nice to have a human backseater along for the ride.
Engine's good, airspeed off the peg. 80 knots. There's 100. At least the takeoffs wake me up. Oh, man.
We are high and hot today.
Heads up, nails. 6 o'clock.
And boy, we can feel that. It's responding well though, which is always nice. Couple of advanced fighters up in the air. Those might actually be Tomcats. As our primary adversary here. At one point flew them. Oh, actually, those are coming from the south. Those are going to be,
on our nose, 12 o'clock.
rather not from the south, from these guys. Includes a Gripen. As we are flying with the mod for that, which replaces the JF-17 with that. Okay. Good afternoon. I suppose it's our middle evening here for us, but that works. So we do have an encampment out near Terran Coat. It should not be a significant factor for us. Yeah, doing some phantom work. Actually, since we are on our cruise here, we should probably get set up. 14 X-ray and 252. Let's set up for TACAN navigation. I've not flown it in a very long time. I flew it for a bit when it first came out, and then off and on over the last handful of years, but it's probably been at least a year since I've touched it. Of course, then we've also got the whole RASBAM thing too, so it's kind of on a ticking time bomb, as well as my preferred office, which is the F-15E. Okay, slow steady climb, about 91 miles to the tanker. Top off with some fuel and proceed towards our strike target there. Got a handful of weapons on board. GBU-10s on the outers. We have our pave spike pod. We're doing some work with that today. Some 750 pounders here on the center line, M117s, 3 defensive sparrows, 4 sidewinders, and a pair of shrikes that are tuned to the low blow, tin shield, and straight flush radars. So as long as we come across a 3, a 5, or a 6, we should be in business. I'll leave myself on the AWACS frequency for now while we're transiting towards the tanker. At the moment, I've just got a little bit of iced tea. But we'll be moving on up to coffee here in a little bit, as is normal. A little above the tanker's altitude, so this will be a good place for us to go ahead and put the autopilot on. My favorite all-time is the F-15E, the Strike Eagle. Growing up on Nellis as a kid, and being, you know, not quite 10 years old, but close when Gulf War I had broken out. We got to see some of those that served and flew overseas as they were rotated around various points of the Air Force, and visit the flight line because it was the days before 9/11, and do all of that. So got a chance to see a lot of those kinds of aircraft in that particular moment in time. Strike Eagle, though, it's I love that aircraft. Loved how it looks, how it feels playing in the simulator, kinds of things it's capable of doing. F4 is still very high on that list too. I've always liked the way that this one looks. It looks mean. It looks like it wants to go out and put some work in. Persephone's got a lot of errands up there for us.
New bogey, right 5 degrees, 40 miles, 18,500. IFF is good, that's a friendly.
Hello there, Trigger.
New bogey, left
Greetings.
5, 34 miles, 18,500.
Okay.
Target paint, it is a friend.
Let's give a bogey dope check to AWACS while we're on the channel.
Right 5, 30 miles, 18,500. Alright, those are some nails, 2 o'clock. And, nails, IFF checks out, target paints, 2 o'clock.
Okay. Tanker, Texaco.
Texaco, 1-1. Request rejoin.
Jester's keeping the seat warm for you.
That's about all he's good for.
$27 miles to the tanker. I think I see him out there off the nose. Yeah, very faint dot, just to the right of the pipper.
Give it a sec for everything to load.
Say we got MiG-21s up and about. Judging by the pulse frequency there and the handoff.
Yeah.
I don't care about the F-16s behind us. Trying to play catch up to the tanker right now. Jester should have a waypoint already dialed in for where I plan to do my attacking,
Yeah, looks like it.
which is the FARP area down there. If you want to go ahead and get situated for altitude, 49-20 feet should be the altimeter setting. I'll get you the rest of your numbers here directly.
Yep, got that set.
Okay, drag coefficient 1.07.
So,
Slant range is 24,456 feet. Ooh, hang on a second, I might have a different drag coefficient for you. I'll select the right bomb.
oh. What was the release range again?
24,456. So 244 and a half.
Yep. Just takes a minute.
Yep. Drag coefficient is actually 1.15.
One.
1.15.
Got it.
You've got GBU 10s on the outer pylons.
Copy.
20 miles to the gas station. And by the looks of it, he is turning. I think ours is the trailing tanker off the nose here. Maybe this one over here.
Yes, it is.
Look at those nice steady radar returns.
Mm.
$15 miles.
I'm going to reacquaint myself with the pod real quick.
Pod looks like it is unstowed and in the green position.
I just need to press that. Fantastic. That's all I needed.
Coming off the autopilot. The lights are coming on. Doors up.
Beep, beep, beep.
Those are the folks returning to our airbase. Kind of wish they'd hurry up, as they keep pinging my RWR, and it's like I've got more important things to listen for than them.
Yeah.
Hindsight, I should probably go back in the mission editor and put them in like MCON mode.
Hmm.
So they come in with their radar snoozed. So they're going back to base. I got no reason for it. Okay, rather than going into the observer position, we're just going to go right in here for it since we're first up. But boy, howdy, are we draggy. Isn't he calling?
Ready pre-contact.
Okay, so maybe it's Jester who's doing the ready pre-contact, rather than having it be automatic with the door. Okay. That makes
I would
sense.
assume so. This is a new experience.
You're taking fuel.
So I could take a nap now and let you fly from the back seat, right?
Now, hey. I will admit, this is a new feeling being in the back seat of this.
Fuel state 8400. We're so close to full military power, just ever so slightly accelerating on this guy. And then he is in the turn. Come on, Master Sergeant, plug me. You're the one with the flying boom.
A little bit closer.
Too far forward. Oh,
There we go.
capture.
We're at the orange. Back a little bit. Speed up, speed up, speed up. That's it. In the green. Slipping out. In the red.
Yeah, figured that was gonna happen.
Yeah, with how heavy we are.
Yeah,
Not
no,
surprised.
we're right about at the stops. I'm gonna drift back and reset.
Copy.
We can get up to like 9,500 pounds. We'll call it good. We can at least do our mission.
And come back when we're a bit lighter. Don't fucking stab me with the thing.
I mean, that's where the fuel is,
That's
right?
it.
Like it probes the doors at your feet, right? Just plug it in through the window.
Yeah, right. In the green.
Sloshy sound makes it work. I'll answer
Orange.
chat here in a second. I'm kind of paying attention here. Gotcha, Trigger. Thank
Back
you.
in the green. Right there. Slipping into the orange.
God, this last fuel cell takes forever.
Yep, hold it there. Oh, orange. Slipping. That's it. Back in the green.
All right, now as a point of pride, let's see if I can get to 10,000.
Oh. There we go. Orange. Almost in the red. There we go. Coming out of it. Oh, now we're going back in it. There it goes.
10,000 pounds.
That'll do.
That'll do. Abort rejoin. Doors closed.
Yeah, I was about to say, if at any point I get annoying, just tell me to shut the fuck up.
No, you're doing exactly what I need you to do back there, sir. All right, switching to waypoint heading. Coming off and left. And increasing altitude. Ever have to do the split throttle thing in AAR? No, I have not. Actually, no, I take that back. I very technically have done split throttle on air refueling. Because I have come back with battle damage and needed to have the throttle split so I can maintain even power on both sides of the aircraft.
I think I had a similar experience of that in the 14 a while back, if you remember. That was horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, if you get a little bit of engine damage on one side or a little bit of engine wear and tear, can make it exciting. We're trying to refuel.
It makes it worse because obviously when you actually have a physical split throttle in your hand, you kind of got to try and keep it split because you can't have them next to each other anymore.
Mm-hmm.
So it can get a little awkward.
I dropped my middle finger down in between the two channels to keep them out the same distance.
Yeah, same. Nothing but friendlies for the next 50 miles.
Roger. Coming up ARMs, master arm on. And flight index are on. I've pushed over to radio channel 266, that should be the AWACS. For
Yeah, I was on 266 as well.
Overlord, I believe, or Dark Star. Is it Dark Star? Yeah, it's Dark Star. 180 miles.
Right. T-Pod's alive.
All right, our target area is a FARP near the road, right about where that marker is in Tango Victor 9 or 8.
Switch to satellite view here so I can get a better idea of what I'm working with.
Like, we got a long ways to go still. It's 130 miles out, but
Yeah, it's not a bad idea for me to try and get acquainted with what's over there.
mm-hmm. The best thing that I can recommend there for you, Scuzzy, when you're flying in non-fly-by-wire aircraft, trimming is your friend. Like, if you don't have trim bound to a spot where you can get at it without taking your hands off your flight equipment, you really need to have it there. Because if you can cruise next to the tanker for a minute and adjust your trim so that you're keeping pace with the tanker throttle-wise, and you're keeping altitude with the tanker trim because you're trimmed out for the right airspeed that you're flying at, then it's just a matter of formation flying with the tanker in the right position, whether you're using probe and drogue like in the F-14 or if you're doing boom and receptacle like we are in the F-4. But trimming the aircraft out for level flight is really the best setup that you can do to get yourself in a good position to make that work. Because all the fly-by-wire aircraft are doing is deadening your inputs, making them less responsive, less sensitive, less twitchy. As soon as the refueling door comes open. It occurs to me you might have missed a lot of that because the ad break is coming back saying it just ended. So if you missed all that, Scuzzy, let me know. I'll repeat it. It's no problem.
One of the things I tended to do in the past, as obviously, as you know, I went up from the X-52, was matter the flight stick, always have that four-way hat bound to trim.
Yes.
Especially for aircraft like the 14, for anything that's old and doesn't have fly-by-wire, it's essential.
Yep. Trimming the aircraft is the key to refueling the aircraft that's in a non-fly-by-wire machine. Because if you can get into a position next to the tanker, the observer's position, there off to the left, like, we're cruising here at the moment. I'll put the autopilot on, and we can show an example of that with the fancy camera. Where is the tanker? I don't want the MP. Oh, we're literally keeping pace with him right now. All right. So if you were flying in your jet and you got to right about this position here, echelon left with the tanker, and maintain this spot, if you trim your aircraft for his airspeed and everything else, you'll have a much easier time hooking up to the tanker. This is the observer's position. This is where you should start while you're trimming the aircraft and getting set up. But in a non-fly-by-wire machine, where it's not going to deaden your inputs and make things a little easier as soon as the refueling door comes open, it's essential for trying to get onto the tanker. And it doesn't matter if it's this guy or if it's his pal the MIPS, the multi-point refueling system with the little basket and drogue hose and everything else on it. You get into the observer's position, trim the aircraft out for his airspeed so that way you can keep pace with him, largely hands-free, and so that you're not fighting the altitude, because as soon as you apply more power to the jet, you're going to climb ever so slightly. As soon as you take power away, you're going to droop ever so slightly. So the goal is to try and trim your aircraft as close as is comfortable So that way you are in this position and can largely stay here with only a minor amount of movement before you go to try to hook up on the tanker. That'll make your job spearing the basket or seating behind the drogue, or the boom rather, and catching the lights so much easier once the aircraft is trimmed out for the airspeed that the tanker's cruising at. Because if you're trying to fight your own control inputs up and down, like, what you're trying to do is so positionally precise that the less things you have to fight, the better. And a fly-by-wire aircraft, the onboard computer system will do two things for you as soon as the door opens up. The first one is that most of them will deaden your inputs so that they are less sensitive. You have to put more stick action in order to make something change in the jet. The second one that it tends to do is it tends to retrim the aircraft for level flight as you leave the stick in a neutral position for a minute or two, depending upon which machine you're using and what its fly-by-wire computer says it's supposed to do. You don't have those on an older jet, so you have to trim it yourself and then constantly change your trim as things change, like the weight of your aircraft as you take on 10, 20,000 pounds of gas. You know, that can actually make a difference there for you too.
And a mistake a lot of people used to make when we were training people for air-to-air refueling is keeping the throttle still. It should never be still.
Yep, the throttle's always in motion, and you're not going to get the trim perfect. The only thing that you can kind of hope for is close enough that with a little hand pressure on it up or down, you can maintain mostly level flight. Whatever's easier for you. For me, I tend to trim slightly nose down heavy, so I've got to hold a little bit of aft stick up. Not very much, but that's just kind of the natural way that my hand rests, you know, relative to my arm rest and my chair and my HODAS setup and everything else.
Yeah. Now, I'm not saying the throttle inputs need to be full forward, full back, and then obviously all the way back. It's subtle, but it should never be still.
Yep. Yep. That's the other big thing too. Like, we can come and take a look at my controls while we're just cruising. Keeping in mind that I have a new throttle I'm going to have to get used to here very soon. But yeah, we'll go with the VKB Gladiator Y-axis trim. This is my vertical axis. And I've tuned it with a curvature rate of 24. So that way I get, you know, a lot of fine control, and then if I need to go full aft on it, like, I get maximum authority on it pretty quick. Not as quick as the 1-to-1, but it does give me enough playroom with it to feel more comfortable as I'm tanking. A little more precise control. I know we got more than 30 miles to go. That's just the stripes.
The ARN. Yeah, and it's like my stick's the 1-to-1, so I don't actually have any curvature at all. I don't need it.
Mm-hmm. But you've actually got like a full sim pit set up too where you're at, so it's all...
Yeah, so it's all my input all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Is it any easier? Absolutely not.
Nope, but that's where practice really kind of makes perfect. You know?
Yeah.
The first step that I would recommend for any aircraft is just to keep pace with the tanker first, practice the formation flying portion of it. Because if you can get good with that, all air refueling is formation flying in a very specific place near the aircraft. Yeah, for the moment, I use an X56 throttle and a VKB Gladiator stick. As soon as it arrives, I'll actually have a VKB Mini Plus throttle, which looks an awful lot like the F15E throttle that I was looking to get before, but like $100 cheaper. So can't go wrong with that. Nixon got Mander one of those, and we were hooking it up the other day because we were finally taking it out of the box, and then I took a look at it and was like, damn, this is incredible. This is a great throttle. And then immediately had to go out and check, and then the bank account said, yes, you can in fact order that today, so I did.
That was literally me when I seen the price drop on the 10th anniversary Orion 2s.
Nails,
I was just
3 o'clock.
Yep.
Listening to it.
I was just like, ooh, I gotta have one of those.
That is potentially a MiG-21.
It sounds like it.
Yeah, I think the 23 has a slightly higher pitch frequency to it. All right, I'm off handoff mode.
63 miles.
Yep. Making best possible fat cruise there. 7,900 pounds. We've already burned like 2,000 pounds of gas moving away from the tanker.
I mean, I'm not surprised by how heavy we are.
And I mean, they're J79s. Like, a little bit of story mode time. There was one point where both of the air demonstration teams for the United States, the Thunderbirds and the Blue Angels, were flying F4s. We've actually got skins for the F4E in DCS that are Thunderbird skins, including Thunderbird 4, which classically for the F4 era had a black matte paint job on the tail. Because number 4 is usually the one aft of the leader, slightly low. And his tail is right inside of his jet exhaust. So they painted it white initially, and that beautiful white paint job that you see on the Thunderbirds got dark with soot so bad from flying behind the smoky engines of the lead F4 that they eventually just got to the point where they're like, screw it, we're just going to paint it matte black just all the way through. So the tail on Thunderbird 4 for the F4 era was a black painted tail. In modern air shows, what you see is Thunderbird 5 has the number 5 both on their unit patch and on their aircraft painted upside down, because number 5 is the one of the solos who generally spends most of the air show inverted. So when he's upside down, that number's right side up.
Yeah.
They didn't do that in the F4 era. So Thunderbird 5 for this one is just a regular number 5, but fun little tidbits there. But getting back to the history of it, both the Air Force and the Navy switched aircraft not long after the F4 was put into use and everything else, because we had the great fuel crisis and everything else in the 70s. The Navy opted to fly A4 Skyhawks as their fuel-efficient platform of choice to make that happen, where the Air Force switched to T-38 Talons, because it was as expensive in terms of fuel and cost and maintenance hours as everything else to fly 5 T-38s as it was to fly one F4.
Jesus.
J79s are very hungry engines.
Yeah, I think we've established that over the last few times.
Getting a little bit of wake up on the Shrikes.
Yep, 44 miles in closing.
So we flew T-38s for the Thunderbirds for a little while before switching over to the F-16, and they've been flying F-16As ever since, at least up to now. Thunderbirds have always been the air demonstration team to fly line combat fighters as part of their airshow crews, and those aircraft are not demilled in any way, so if they needed to, they could be repainted and recycled back into a regular combat squadron at any time. I think they're actually flying F-16Cs now, because we don't really use the A's anymore. We pretty much exported all the rest of those. But who knows, we might see F-35s before too long as part of the air show teams. There we go. Mud SA6 coming off.
Just about to call that out.
Coming off the autopilot and lining up for the shot.
Yep, I'm on lookout for jets just in case. We shouldn't need flares right now.
Correct. I'm in handoff mode for the SI-6. Listening
Copy.
for PRF change.
Hand on the chaff ready.
I think I've got a visual relative of his position, just waiting on the lights to come on. Pylon 4 selected.
Speed's coming through for you.
So if you've got that altimeter set, we should be in good shape.
500. That's usually the first one I set to match the area, right?
Yep.
Yeah, it's on 004, in between 4 and 5. Or 4,000 feet.
Anytime now, Indexer. We might need to go defensive for his first shot. Damn, I've only got like 8,000 feet to play with here, too. Sam, defensive.
Chaff going out.
Going defensive low.
Missile defeated.
Yep. Switching direct. Magnum. Defensive low. No shot, but I'm not going to give him the opportunity.
Missile's going stupid. Oh, wait, no. Maybe. It's popping back up.
I think it has it.
Luckily, just before that launch, I managed to quickly change altitude. I'd worked it out wrong. It's 049, not 004 into 9. I screwed up. I forgot it was times 100.
No worries.
So luckily, I managed to correct it.
He's running out of E.
Yeah, looks like it just detonated.
So we're correct now?
Yes. 049.
It's as loud as it's gonna get. Come on, Indexer.
Ready on the chaff. We got 56.
Popping up. Lined up. Magnum. That was a loft shot, but we should be...
Missiles out.
Yep, defensive low. Come on, rudder, let's work.
Holy shit, I read the board number on that missile.
Not today.
Strike over.
Strike overshot it. Yep.
seen 3 missile plumes. I don't know how many more missiles he's going to have left.
No, he's going to have at least 3 launchers associated with the battery.
Oh, Jesus.
And we don't have the gas for all that, so it's sneaky breaky time going up DT.
Also, radar. 10 miles. Alright, heads down.
Alright, Trigger, hold on to your ass. Popping up.
Copy.
No, son of a bitch. I was hoping we were going to have our Willie Pete charge. And I don't have it. Also, I don't know what we got hit by.
I'm not sure either. Whoa! I saw that missile go past.
Give me flares.
Popping. Radar's out back here, mind. You're on your own.
Got it.
Battery power's out. Flares unresponsive.
Yep. We don't have bombs anymore. That was rude. I'll have to go see how that looks on the TAC view. Well, it looks like the dish is up.
Yeah, I'm working magic back here. Bear with me. Doing my job. Bear with me.
Oh,
Fuck!
okay. That's gonna get us upright. Eject seat both.
No. Yep.
Out we go.
Just when I got the goddamn radar working.
Oh, that was rough. Well, it looks like we had at least one trike attempted to guide. We're just a little out of reach. Oh man.
I'm still mad at that. I just got the radar to work and everything.
Right? Yeah, we just did all that flying. All right, let me pop out. We'll look at TAC view real quick on that one, and then we'll change things up a little bit and do some classic games. Because I gotta make some time for that. We missed that the last couple of weeks, so we will.
Okay. Even though I was only on a short time, it was still fun.
Oh yeah, no, it's always a great time. At least we got some refueling in.
I'm not gonna lie. First time in the backseat seeing that is it's a trip.
A little bit, yeah. I think the last time we were doing that, I was backseating for you when we were connected to the tanker.
Yes, roles reversed.
Mm-hmm. I'm pulling up TAC view there, so give me just a moment. And then I will also stream it locally into Discord so that you can read it as well. Oh, son of a...
Let me guess. 10-minute delay?
10-minute delay.
Well, that's not going to show anything that's just happened.
Nope, not a thing. I'd have to grab that from the server to look at it. That's awful. Although I will go ahead at least and Yeah. We could see what was down there at the site. We'll do that much.
Well, I don't need to see tag view for that, at least. uh,
All right, so we had an SA-6 with 3 batteries, so that's going to be 12 missiles total in that group. A pair of Shokas, and a Rapier launcher and setup.
that's what was shooting at us with smoke, almost smokeless.
Yep. And that's going to be why, because I was sitting there looking for smoke trails and crap, and it's the freaking Rapier system protecting the SA-6 inside of its minimum range. Damn.
Yeah, I literally saw one of those missiles whiff right past the tail.
I was too clever for our own good by building that site there. We got us tanking. I can show us that on the tac view for that. This is us coming up on the approach. You see our fuel status here on the left. Fuel flow. So I'm getting up to like 10 and 11,000 pounds trying to move our fat lead sled up close enough to be able to hook up to the tanker.
Yeah, I was kind of hesitant whether I needed to say anything or not, but I would assume just to do it.
Yep, absolutely. Yeah, there we go. 10,200 pounds is what we finished up with before we left. Then we got back to work, and then we got shot down.
Rude.
Which it won't show because that happened in the 10-minute tac view window, which is lame.
Mm.
All right, let me go ahead and change things up here because we're going to do some classic games. Trigger, if you want, you're free to stick around and watch. It's going to be interesting, I think.
I'll just join it on Twitch itself.
That works.
Got a couple of things I can do in between, sit and chill. Glad I still remember The Office since we haven't been on in about a week.
Mm-hmm. No, it's a good time. And honestly, if I can play a game and still feel good when I lose, like that's a good thing to have. All right, so I do need to shut down my stick and HOTAS real quick. Because otherwise...
I'm still impressed I got the freaking radar back operational again.
All right. Yeah, no, that was a cool thing to see you do in real time. Like all of a sudden I had radar picture again. It's like, oh, all right. Yeah, let's do it.
Okay.
It's
kind of amusing. All I did too was turned it back off and back on both switch.
And that is why people to this day, that's the default go-to. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go ahead and get this going here. Now this game is going to be called Wacky Wheels, which is a Mario Kart-like game from 1994 by Apogee Software. And
I'll go ahead and scoot, and I will catch you on Twitch.
Sounds good.
Catch you later, folks.
Yep. Take care, Trigger. Thanks for flying.
Anytime.
Okay, so I need to see... what on earth button do they want me to use as the fire button? Because that's going to be important. Let me see if I can double check that real quick, because I should be able to pull that one up and go into the config and set up the damn buttons. Let's go, good old games. I told you, playing Wacky Wheels now. All right, DOS settings, controls, player 1. Sounds good. Unaccelerate to brake and brake turn. Hi, Anna. Sure. Is the option? Try doing that again just to make sure it's doing its thing. Center stick, press a button. Okay, excellent. That looks like should be doing its thing. All right, leave the menu, exit setup program, go back to the game. Okay, who do we want to be? Who do we want to be? We have an elephant, a tiger, a pelican, a moose. Let's go with Ringo the raccoon. And I've not done this in a long time. We're going to start with the amateur class. So yeah, very, very Mario Kart-like. I think we've even got items and like little hedgehogs and things we can throw around. Ooh. Oh, that is my fire button. Got it. Laps are very quick. Try and get this bomb. Nope. It's amazing. Some of those sounds I've heard in other Logic games. Alright. There we go. Holding first place. Getting ready to lap the shark. Missed the bomb again. Hey, we made it. Alright, we got 9 points. Also very Mario Kart-like. Totally not Koopa Beach. And we kept our bomb from the last mission, or the last lap mission. Wow, listen to me. There we go. We used the fire and we hit somebody with it. Not really seeing a lot in the way of other weapons, though. Alright, I'm out in first, so let's just focus on driving well. This is also a two-player at the same time on the same machine, so you could either have somebody playing with a joystick and the other one doing keyboard, or... Oh, there we go. Oh, I got 26 of those hedgehogs. That's good to know. Oh, yeah, it's up at the top of the screen. About 5. Maybe I could have done the pro race instead. There we go. Ringo the Raccoon still coming out ahead. Alright, looks like we got a zip line on one area, a jump on another. A lot of dirt. Ooh. That was no good. Ah. I remember the first time I played this game in particular, you know, keeping in mind that we picked up Mario Kart more or less when it first came out on the Super Nintendo. But this was part of a shareware program disc, which suddenly makes me feel like I need to explain that one for the kids. There was a point in the past where games only released with a partial version, like usually like one episode or one set of missions or maps, depending upon what game you were playing. And, you know, that's how they would advertise for their games. You'd be able to play the game for a little bit, but to unlock all the features, you'd have to go out and actually purchase the full version of the game. And this one would let you play all of the bronze tracks. And some of the battle modes and combat things and everything else. And it was on a disc that had some Rise of the Triad stuff on it for like The Hunt Begins, which was their shareware episode. This and there's a game called Raptor, which was a like side-scroller airplane shooter. Played that one a lot. What the hell does this one do? Oh. Now comes the big one. It's Mario Circuit 2. Oh, can't use those words here in this one. Obviously, very, very Mario Kart inspired. But for the PC rather than the console system. Get more hedgehogs. Oh, they are hot on my ass. Last lap. Whew. That was close. You are too good. Yeah, I don't even believe that about me on that one. Hey, we took the bronze wheel there on that one. Enter my name. (1 September 1994 versus 10 March 2026. It's Mario Day. Which was the other reason why I figured we would go here. And try the next set of tracks. I think just like Mario Kart, it basically bases who's going to be in what place based on which kart you're driving. Uh-oh. Wanted to try and get that flame. We're out of hedgehogs as well. Pick them up there. There we go. There we go. Feel a little better having a weapon for the just in case. As I drive all over the road and, you know, put the car in lava. I'm sure it's fine. Very safe. Words of encouragement. Good driving, keep it up. Oh. That turn's gonna be bad. I hit myself with my own bomb. Okay, we're doing alright. Cooking with gas. I don't know where my damn brake was. There we go. Excellent skill. No, you don't know the half of it, game. Okay, another deserty sort of track. Some oil slicks, probably some slowdown points on that other side. That really sucks. Actually, a lot of those sounds almost sound like they came from Daggerfall. Slowed him down with an oil slick. The first turn really does slow people up. So the last time I played this game for any length of time, I think, was probably like 1998, 99. But SNES Mario Kart has been a home forever. And the skills translate over, so which is a nice touch. Fantastic piece of driving. Alright, another wooden plank track. Ooh. can't cut the corner on that one. Which I've consistently done every time here now. This one we might be taking the L on. Well, maybe. We're catching up. We're catching up. Until we weren't. You suck, Mr. Pelican. I want you to know that. Yeah, no, they definitely do. And the games only came out a couple years apart. Like, this is 1994, and I think Mario Kart was 92 on the SNES. One of their initial games. Okay. Got a couple ways we can go on this one. Almost none of them involve being on the road, though, so don't you worry. And I throw a hedgehog at you. Respect the hedgehog and hit it. Past the moose, at least the pelican and the camel. Excuse me. All right, it's mine to lose. Still mine to lose. Whew. First place. Yeah, Mario Circuit 2. You're not wrong. Badoop. Got ourselves a silver wheel. Now we go for the gold. Alright, so it looks like we've got like Cocoa Palace 4. What's the green ones? I forgot what the green track names were. Definitely Bowser's Castle for track 3. Another one of those green grasslands there, and then a Mario circuit at the end with the stupid rails all the way around so I can't drive through the dirt. But dare they stop my tactic. Avoid hitting those damn pylons, because apparently if I hit them fast enough, I'll just die. The cart is made out of fiberglass and fuel. Doing a little bit better about staying on the damn road this time, which is nice. Alright, here we go. Final lap. They do have a battle mode for this as well, and it was playable through the Apogee combat system, similar to Rise of the Triad for its net protocol. So you could do online racing with your friends, which was a novel thing at the time. And if you knew that they didn't have call waiting, you could always give them a phone call in the middle of the race just to kick them offline and lose. Excuse you. Coming for you, Pelican Man. Camel's next. Percival apparently has opinions. I believe if you drive backwards on the track too, that little devil will come down just like Lakitu, but instead of telling you, hey, you're backwards, it like shows his butt and he kind of rubs the sign on his cheeks. that turn sucks. That one too. Excuse you. I probably just baited myself with that oil slick, but we'll see. Excuse me. Should probably try and pick up more hedgehogs. I've only got 13 of them left. Still in first. Still holding it. Oh, come on. Get around the... Whew. Edged that one out. That was tense. Okay, this will be interesting. Forgot the limitations of older hardware. It makes a lot of these courses very close. There's not a whole lot of turns and twists, you know? That's also one of the reasons why there's so many laps. Because like this is a 6-lap race, we had an option for an 8-lap. Excuse you. Our dot really moves on the road here as compared to like modern Mario Kart tracks that each lap is like 3-4 minutes long. Here the whole race might be a little over 2. Glad that didn't kill us. Now comes the big one. Mario Circuit 4. Again, the reforming. Complete with the hairpin turn. Oh, excellent. We got our tire. You got saved by the oil slick, my friend. Still got our tire. Take our inside track. Got a little bit of room and some lead. Lap 5, next one should be final. All right. Should put us in first place for the gold. "12 horsepower engine. Go back and try like the wacky duck shoot. We're doing the raccoon a lot. Let's change to Mr. Elephant Man here. Lombo. "2 minutes to blast as many ducks as you can." It's a whole new version of Duck Hunt. One of the things I like doing in battle mode, especially, was using the green shells in Super Mario Kart, which really help one develop a sense for lead. Some of these guys took 2. Let's see how we did. Well, at least we managed to get 16. I'm not going to do the whole thing, I just kind of want to... It's just going to blink the wrong way at me, are you? I remember the devil coming down and being on the screen. Yeah, the combat level is always nice. You can change kind of what other things you've got on the screen to help you out. But it's a nice little adventure there. I think that's what we're going to call it here for now. We did a little bit of flying. We'll do more flying. I got to make some corrections on that mission. So before it's serviceable there again. So I think for now, while we're sitting here rocking out to all that, turning everything back on, we should be good to go for ARMA again on Friday, and then Pilum teaches DCS on Saturday. Going to be working through the F4, going through some of the guided air-to-ground weapons. Just out of here. So with that, folks, always ask for consent. Try to communicate as best you can to partners. Try to be genuinely decent human beings. And we'll catch you Saturday morning and Friday evening for the other streams for this week. I hope you've enjoyed it and have a fantastic rest of your night. Bye, I'm out.